up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Pretty excited. I hope it helps a lot of you out. We're going to be installing another GT500 bumper on this Mustang. This is actually going to be the first time I'm installing a GT500 bumper on this Mustang, but as y'all know, my previous Mustang, I had the GT500 front end on there, but that Mustang is gone, as I keep saying over and over. But as we keep getting new subscribers to the channel, a lot of you may not know and a lot of you may forget. So I've already did this install probably 2 years ago, but in today's video, this is going to be an all-in-one video to show you guys literally the simplest steps to install the GT500 bumper, how to save money installing this thing. As we come to the back end of the car, I have almost everything laid out right here. I'm gonna also say here that I did not buy the GT500 full kit. I bought every single piece here separately, or we will rig a few things to save a little bit more money. First up, we're gonna start off with the GT500 bumper. It did not come painted. I got this from Ford. It was black. I had to take it to a paint shop and I had to get the bumper painted deep impact blue. I gave them the code on the side of the door, which is J4 for deep impact blue, and they paint matched it really good. I also gave them a mirror cap of the same color of my car so they could paint match it too. That was 600 bucks to get the bumper painted. Actually, as we go on over here, we have the GT500. We have two splitters here, as you guys can see. This one splitter, this splitter is gonna go on the, top. This is the top splitter right here. If you want to save money and only want to have one splitter, just go ahead and just get this one GT500 top splitter. However, I know the look with both splitters that we have right here, so I also have picked up this 3-piece GT500 splitter. I did make a GT500 bumper install previously, and I did not pick up the 3-piece. I picked up a 1-piece GT500 splitter, and it was from eBay. It literally worked the same way. As we move our way up on over here, you obviously are gonna need your GT500 fog lights. And to make sure you have the correct fog lights, they are going to have 3 little pins right here. I got these off of Amazon. I think Amazon had the cheapest price, and I will be taking these bulbs out of here. These bulbs for the GT500, they're LED. I did this all before, guys. I know I'm gonna put in here, they're LED, they're white. I think these are amber, ugly color. We're gonna do that too. So here's the harness from Starkey Products. I bought this from Amazon. This is the harness that will connect to your GT500 fog lights. The number right here is 3514 as the number you're gonna need for the GT500 front bumper conversion. I also got the side markers right here. I got some white side markers. You guys will get a side marker install too. So we got the GT500 upper grille. And as I mentioned to you guys, I do not have the lower grille. I still have to buy that. Over here, guys, we got the radiator cover. This radiator cover is not the GT500 radiator cover. Essentially, if you do want to get the full kit, it will come with a GT500 radiator cover. But I learned in the past that if you want to save some money, you could rig up your radiator cover that came off of your Mustang, which this one came off my Mustang. And the way I rigged this up, I'll include a video that I took previously to get this part done. So essentially, we're gonna cut this radiator bracket. We're gonna cut a chunk off, literally like right down here. Cut that chunk off. This whole chunk right here is gonna come off, so that everything is still one piece, so that this can fit in the GT500 bumper. I ain't never used one of these motherfuckers before, but we about to get the cutting today. All right, after cutting this radiator bracket, as you guys can see, we still have a little bit left right here. This is how it's gonna look, just trim a little bit off. I'm gonna show you guys right here, because this is how it'll essentially fit in there. This will essentially fit in here. Much deeper fit. I'm also not rocking a GT500 bumper absorber. This is a bumper absorber. So with this radiator bracket, I mean, obviously you'll need a grinder to cut this thing, but also you're gonna need a drill of some sort to potentially drill some new holes in here. That's something new that we're gonna figure out today as well. In the meantime, if you guys have zip ties, you can also zip tie your bumper until you figure out how to mount the holes up for the radiator bracket to screw onto the GT500 bumper. Install right here, you're gonna need 12 of these 1/4x20 head bolts. That's what they're called, the head bolt right there. And then you're also gonna need right here is a 1/4x20 extended U-joint. I believe that is what it's called as well. So 12 and 12. These things ran me $50, man. I remember I did this install 2 years ago and it ran me about 25 bucks. So firstly, we're gonna take our 12 extended U-joints right here and we're gonna pop them into the bumper. Now this is so we can attach our splitter to the bumper. But I'm gonna pop all 12 of these in. Come on. Now that we got all 12 of these extended U-joints up in here, we're gonna take our first splitter right here, which is the bigger one. It's just the one piece. And then there's gonna be some grooves right here. 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm just gonna slide that in. Obviously match these two holes up with where the U-joints are gonna go. Okay, and it's gonna bolt on. You're not gonna bolt it up yet. You're gonna bolt it up after you throw that I gotta throw that other splitter on there and then bolt it on underneath with those head bolts. We're gonna take our splitter, our 3-piece splitter. I'm gonna get one piece. I'm gonna do this piece by piece. I'm gonna throw this big head bolt right on in the middle. Okay. As you see these extended U-joints right here, I flip them around. At first, I believe I put them in backwards, so they're not supposed to be up like this. This part should be downwards, flipped. We got one piece assembled over here. Now we're gonna go and get this middle piece on assembled. Shit, it's hotter than a bitch out here, y'all, for sure. It's fucking 80 degrees out here. You can see here, I got the front upper lip installed, and then I have a lower lip, the lower 3-piece lip installed. Next, we're gonna go ahead and throw on these GT500 fog lights. They're gonna go in from the front. Before we throw the fog lights in, I got these LED fog lights right here. Well, we have a lot of access. Out with the old, and we're gonna do in with the new LED. That's nice. And now we have our LED bulb in there. And these LED bulbs last for a really good long time. It just clipped, you know, right up on in. This is part of the housing right here, and it just pops right through. Nextly, we're gonna go ahead and install these side markers. And literally pop in just like so. Okay, here's the back side. This is the side marker right here. And you just throw a little washer on here if you want to. I don't think they're gonna come out at all, but to secure it, you can just throw a little washer on here and on there. I sold my other bumper with these side markers, and I'm pretty sure those have the washers on there that I'm supposed to put on here. So I kind of fucked myself, but these are alright. But now we're gonna go ahead and throw the upper grill in. The upper grill is gonna go in from the front side. So what's really good about the grill, simply because I don't have the lower grill, when I do get the lower grill, all I gotta do is just boom, pop it into the front. I don't gotta take nothing off. Obviously, since you're putting this through the front, you wanna be careful. You don't wanna scratch your paint too much. To the back side, we have these little clips, grooves right here, so that you can clip the front grill through. All right, y'all, smooth upper grill is in. Now it's time to go put this thing on the car. As we head over to the front of the car, nextly we're gonna throw on our radiator bracket. Now, in order to, if you're doing this backwards, you know, to take off the radiator bracket, there's gonna be, obviously you gotta get the radiator cover off first by those little pins. And then you're gonna reach the radiator bracket. I believe this is one 10mm screw, another 10mm screw, and then if you go down here, there's an 8mm, I believe, one right there, and then there's gonna be one right there. So there's 4 in total. Sorry, there's 4 in total. That's how you take it off, and then that is exactly how we're gonna put this whole thing back on. Okay, so I took the radiator bracket off. I'm gonna put it right back on as a GTR. If y'all heard that. All right, how we go? After we put the radiator bracket on, this is where a drill is gonna come in handy. You're gonna have to drill into the new GT500 bumper, so then you can place the screws in there to screw it down right over here into the bracket. Now this is where, if you want to get that GT500 radiator bracket, I'm not sure how much it is, but you can go ahead and get it so you can bypass this if you don't have a drill, or if you don't want to go buy a drill. This is where we're going to test fit it. And as you guys can see, the hole where it's supposed to basically go into are right here for the radiator bracket, right there and right here, because there's threads in there, so you can thread the bolt back down in there and tighten down your bumper. But as you guys can see, it don't line up. Like, this hole is off, it's not right here. And there's one more hole right here, like the hole's right here, it's right there, but there's no hole. So what we're gonna do is, as you guys can see, almost, I put a mark right there. Just mark this bumper, and I'm gonna drill, line it up, put it up flush. I close the hood first. I close the hood to make sure it's gonna close nice and even and smooth first. So before you close the hood. It's not all the way closed, but I close it, make sure it's gonna be nice and flush, make sure this gap is not so huge. Then that's where, come under here, you know, you move your radiator cover, and that's where you're gonna determine whether if you need to move your bumper up a little bit more or bring it back a little bit more. And in this case, we need to move it up a little bit more. Got my driver right here, and then we're gonna use a 1/4-inch drill bit, which is right here in the middle. Got both of these from Home Depot, like probably 2 years ago when I did this. Last one. Now we're ready to mount this thing back up and tighten everything down. We drilled one right here, we'll drill the hole in right there. And now it'll fit in there if we push it closer. And essentially in all of these. And I got my GT500 lower grill in the mail. I got it from Amazon, and the reason I bought it from Amazon is it's honestly gonna be the same, literally the same thing, same quality. And I had Amazon points too, so I only paid $64 for this thing. They had a $15 deal, and then I had Amazon points. So boom, this thing is like 200 bucks almost. I paid 64. And like I mentioned, this is just easily gonna go right straight through the front and clip on. Flip it right on out pretty easy, but shit. I got mesh inside the house. I put mesh, I have mesh inside of the upper grill. As you guys can see, I have mesh in there. See it catches all the bugs and shit, but I don't have mesh for this down here. No mesh, it's just right through. Maybe I'll just leave it like that, I'm not sure. Got mesh inside of my house. I went and got the mesh from Home Depot 2 years ago. I just literally forgot to do that, so we're just gonna skip that for this video. If you want to put mesh on there, you can. Nextly, I'm gonna install this harness right now. I would have installed it with the bumper off, but I originally ordered the wrong harness, so I couldn't install it with the bumper off. However, I'm gonna just go right through here, through the lower grill, install the harness, and then we're gonna check and see if these bulbs will turn on. As y'all can see right there, got the harness connected in. It's so simple and easy. Simple plug and play. You don't gotta splice no wires or nothing. I will leave a link to a video that I did simply for this fog light harness install right up top if you want to check out that simple video too. Okay y'all, so we got everything installed. I got the harnesses plugged in. We're going to check and see if they turn on. Did they turn on? I hope they did. No. Hopefully that's the wrong setting. Alright, so I turned the car on. I am relieved because they weren't working with the car off. I guess they only work with the car on. Now I'm actually listening to how wild these cicadas are out here. Hopefully y'all can hear me clearly. But you see a whole kit. It comes with the bumper, the upper grill, the lower grill, the splitters, the radiator bracket, the underside, the skid plate, all that for like 600 bucks. I've seen a couple people on Facebook groups get that, and it was actually reliable. Everything came in. They had no problems with it. I was gonna get it, but I was unsure about getting it and having like this whole thing shipped to my apartment over here. So I ended up basically getting everything separate myself. Do whatever. Did y'all see that shit? Motherfucking cicadas, man. Hey, we about to have a boxing match with these motherfuckers. Other than that, before I also forget, you can get a badge over from LMR. I gotta get a new one, but I got this one from LMR. It's actually a GT350 rear end badge, but I was able to take the badge and put the screws in from the back for the upper grill and put a Coyote badge right there. But yeah, man, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If it helped you out, make sure you leave a like down below, leave a comment down below. Any questions, leave it down below. I will help you out. And yeah, beastly ass GT500 front end is installed. Stay tuned for the next couple of videos, because we gone.